This video will show you the example match that we've got on Saturday 19th of September. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff. At the moment it's just after 11 o'clock in the morning, so about 4 hours, just under 4 hours before kickoff time. And it's between Aston Villa and West Brom. Now, as you can see, we've got under 2.5 goals, odds of 1.64, so that's well within the requirement for making this a suitable match. We've got just under £10,000 matched on the over under 2.5 goals market. There's £789 matched on the over under 3.5 goals market. I have said once again in the rules that it should be over £1,000, but I've got no doubt that figure will be a lot higher by the time kickoff comes. So I'm quite happy to go in to placing bets at the moment, specifically because the back and lay odds are only one tick apart. If there'd been a big gap in the odds, then I would have been more cautious, but the minute you do see that, it does suggest that there's a lot of money in the market, even though there may not be as much matched as you would like. But in the correct score market, we've got just under £8,000 matched, so once again that's within the range of liquidity we're looking for. If we look at the head-to-head figures, then these are a little bit more away from what I would like, because Aston Villa has been scoring 2, 5, 0, 0, 1, 3. The 0, 0, 1s are fine for our purposes. West Brom, it's 1, 0, 4, 2, 4, 2. Once again, the 4s are not nice. But the odds are saying that this should be a low scoring game. 1.64 is below 1.7, so I normally consider 1.64 to be a very good under 2.5 goals odds to consider. If we look at the previous head-to-head meetings, then there's 2 from March 2015. Matches are actually 4 days apart. They are Aston Villa, West Brom, not just West Brom, Aston Villa, but you see the final results were 2-1, 2-0, which is obviously one of our 11 key correct scores. So there's some figures there that are not ideal, but there's enough other evidence that does suggest this will be a suitable match to get involved in. So I'm going to. I don't want to just give you matches that are 100% in agreement with the rules that I set out in video 1. It is useful for you to see what happens if we are slightly away from those rules, if there are 1 or 2 rules where they don't ideally meet the criteria that I've set out. And then you can see what happens to the matches, because obviously what I want to show with these example matches is where situations arise that require you to make some decisions and take some action. But I'm happy with this match, so I'm going to place the bets. I'll go through that quickly because it doesn't take long. Under 3.5. I've already used the Dutching calculator to work out the stakes. This is £44.12. I'm using a £50 stake in total for this match. The 2-2 score, odds of 20. The stake there is £2.74. So put that in. The 1-3 odds are showing 46 at the moment. Now the actual stake is £1.19, so if you remember, we increase the odds, place a £2 stake. 3-1, we scroll down, 3-1, odds of 28. The stake there is going to be £1.95, so I have to do the same thing. Let me put that up to 60 and 2. Click place bets. We now go, we change the £2 for the 1-3 to £3.19 to allow for the stake we want. The 3-1 is £3.95. Click on update. We cancel the £2 bets, which leaves us just the 119. Those odds were 46, and the 3-1 odds were 28. So click on update, and there we are, all bets matched. So we're all set up, ready for kickoff now. So I'll stop this video now, and I'll come back when the match has started and when something has when there's something to actually comment on. So I'll speak to you again shortly. We've just reached half time in the Aston Villa West Brom match. As you can see, it's half time over here, and it's half time on Flash Scores. But Betfair is playing up again, as it has done recently. This is something I think you need to be aware of, that Betfair is not a 100% perfect system by any means. But as you can see, for some reason it's stuck at 34 minutes and it isn't showing the West Brom goal. Whereas if I go to Flash Scores, you can see there is a goal, and that goal was scored at... it's being shown as 39 minutes. If you click on the bets, if you click on the score on Flash Scores, then a box comes up, window comes up showing you how the game has progressed. So it shows you yellow cards, injury time, and when goals are scored. So that's how I'm able to see that. So although we are truly at half time, if you're using this timeline, then be warned, it can sometimes not reflect reality. No great surprises. I mean, just one goal in the half. That's perfectly within the range that we expect with this sort of match. On the correct score market, if we were to cash out now, we would lose, well, in fact, we'd lose 46 pence on most of the scores. The maximum would be 87p on the 3-1 score. And if we go further down, if we were to cash out on the over under 3.5 goals market, we'd make £1.75. So we could have £1.75 minus 87p. We could exit now with a profit, but I'm not worried. I think the second half should be pretty much like the first half. I think it'll be pretty quiet. We've only had one goal. There's no red card. One of the other example matches on the site does show a red card just before half time. If there was a red card here, then I would be thinking about cashing out and keeping the profit that I'd made. But as I say, 0-1, happy with that. So we'll just sit through the second half and see how things go, and hopefully by then Betfair will have caught up with their trace at the top of the screen. So that's all for the moment. I will pause the video and I will come back towards the end of the match. Okay, it's now full time, and as expected, the second half of the match was very quiet. In fact, there were no goals scored in the second half, so the match has ended 0-1. Betfair is still having problems. It still it does show the 0-1 score, doesn't show the goal, but I can assure you that is the full-time score. You can see full-time over here. As I said earlier on, Betfair does occasionally have this sort of a problem. But anyway, the match has ended with one of the scores that we wanted, so it's been a profitable match. The profit is actually, looking at my figures. Actually, after Betfair commission, the market is now closed. After Betfair commission, I made a profit of £4.18, so £50 stake. So that is an 8.4% return on investment. That whistle is for another match that I've been dealing with, using in fact method 2 on my Dutching systems. So as of the date that I'm recording this, method 2 hasn't been released, but method 2 has in fact also given me a profit. So that's the end of this video, and I'll speak to you again when we look at another example match.